I keep on getting told it's an anti-Semitic one, but I don't understand how Klaus Schwab is a non-Jewish German, and he looks like Dr. Evil. He even goes out of his way sometimes to dress as Dr. Evil. I mean, it is a powerful organization. It's got revenues of about $500 million a year. He gets paid about 1 million Swiss francs a year, which works out to about 1 million USD. I've never really bought in that it's pulling the strings on governments all over the world. It has obvious influence. It's a very influential organization. But I don't know. What do you think the significance is of Klaus Schwab stepping down here?
Well, I guess it depends on who replaces him. Because as you said, he presents a caricature of what the head of a shadowy world control. It's like out of a Bond movie. I mean, they meet in a Swiss resort in the mountains with influential business leaders and political leaders, and they plot. And even as he speaks, it's just like he's trolling. He likes to brag about how many world leaders he's influenced, and he's gotten under this, into the inner circles of. Again, probably overstated by just how much influence he has, but he stirs everybody up when he talks about it. But if somebody more modest and rational is his replacement and coming forward, and it just turns more into an international lobby group, it might calm some of the conspiratorial worries about this group or whatnot. Or it could be somebody as colorful as he is and make it worse. We'll see. But for the time being, he was the symbol of that organization. So it'll be interesting to see how well the organization fares without him being in the front.
Nigel, the World Economic Forum has begun, Klaus Schwab aside, who's kind of leaned into the Dr. Evil look of things, I think it's become aware that its ability to influence, and therefore ability to continue to bring in as much money as it does, is threatened by how it's now become viewed broadly by the right across the Western democratic world right now. His expected replacement, I can't recall the name of it, but he's apparently a former conservative prime minister of some Scandinavian country, I think Norway, but I'm not positive. How conservative is a conservative party in Scandinavia? That's debatable, but I mean, they used to have a lot of prominent conservatives attending these things. I mean, Stephen Harper would go to it, and it wasn't considered unconservative to go. Actually, at that point, the conspiracy theories and the negative press on WEF came mostly from the left. But since then, the WEF has had these crazy things like you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Trying to eliminate cars. But it kind of socialism for the ultra rich, that the people live under destitute socialism, but there's still a place for the ultra uber wealthy to live lives of luxury. Do you think that, is there any way for the WEF to kind of salvage its formerly fairly lofty reputation, to be able to attract people from the right side back to it and not see it so anathema to the degree that Pierre Poilievre has vowed that no minister of his will be permitted membership or attendance at these things?
Well, of course, Pierre is going to say that, but and so he should. But he himself, I believe, has attended, and so have many other members of the Conservative Party waiting to take government next year. Mr. Harper himself attended a number of times and used the podium there to make substantial public policy statements. I remember one about raising the age of retirement from 65 to 67. Don't want to talk about that particularly, but the point is it was a good place to make a major economic policy statement because it was the World Economic Forum. And the kind of anxiety that has been generated has come since those days. I don't think he would do that now. Mm-hmm. But there's a tremendous number of Canadian politicians have been through, there's like a sort of a lecture program that you go through. They try to expose the politician to their ideas. Sometimes they get recruited right in. I think Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland is on the board, but that's not typical. That's not the case for everybody. They basically just want to put their ideas out there. Now, their ideas are nothing that we would support. This is a dreamy group with an ideal in which everybody lives in within 15 minutes of everything they need. Nobody has a car. Nobody owns anything. You made that. Schwab didn't say that, by the way. That's but somebody close to him did.
It's one of their position papers.
It's one of their position papers. But, you know, one thing worth noting, this is not a conspiracy organization. Everything is on the website. So when so-and-so says, you know what the WEF says, and everything, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Well, probably not. You can probably go to the website and find what the conspiracy theorist is actually quoting from. They're very, very open about it. They're just completely
They're
wrong.
the worst conspiratorial secret society ever.
Yeah.
It's all there.